Hey, this is Adrian Granados, and you're watching True School Sports.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, your main man, Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy himself, he is, in fact, the promoter of William Zepeda, the same William Zepeda who Shakur Stevenson has been very adamant about wanting to fight. Supposedly, they have some history when Shakur Stevenson was a younger fighter of sparring. There's some familiarity there. Zepeda is a legitimate top 10 name in the lightweight division. Zepeda just broke the record for the most punches thrown. He broke, I forgot what the record was, but he broke a record for punch output in a lightweight fight. He's a legitimate fighter, and I think he's really done a great job bursting onto the scene and making a name for himself, especially in that last fight with Jojo Diaz. He's made a believer out of me. I'll be honest with you. Shout out to William Zepeda. But it was reported by Shakur Stevenson his damn self that basically William Zepeda has been sent a contract to fight him for his fight in his lightweight debut, because Shakur Stevenson is moving up from 130 to the glamour division that is the lightweight division at 135, a division which, by the way, I respect Shakur Stevenson so much for saying what I've always said. He said it himself. The lightweight division is an overrated ass division where dudes don't fight each other, and that's what I always say about this division and 147. These divisions that everyone's so in love with, that everyone says are so great, but nobody fights each other and nothing really happens for the most part. So I respect that about him, but in light of Shakur Stevenson sending a contract to William Zepeda for a fight, Oscar De La Hoya was asked about Shakur Stevenson calling him out and being adamant about fighting him by a fan on Twitter. And to that, Oscar De La Hoya stated the following about a Shakur Stevenson-William Zepeda fight, stating the following, and I quote, "I need more exposure for Zepeda to create a super fight with Shakur. I love the fight." So there you have it. So listen, man, look. William Zepeda is not a champion. William Zepeda is a lower top 10 guy. Why on God's green earth does this need to be a super fight? Like, I respect Oscar greatly. I've told him that to his face when I met him in LA. But like, come on, man. Like promoters and fighters got to start getting this through their thick skulls. There's just some times in boxing and some matchups which are good matchups, but not every fight with notable fighters is going to be a super fight. That's just what it is. Now, I understand where he's coming from. William Zepeda is a fighter that, in most people's minds, is really now just bursting onto the scene. He wants to really increase the market value of his fighter so that the event could be as big as it possibly could be. But like I said, there's no reason to marinate this because Shakur Stevenson don't got no damn title. William Zepeda don't got no damn title. So when I read things like this, as much as I love Oscar, when I read things like this is all code for, I don't want to get my guy beat right now, so let me build up some more value for him because I know that whenever he fights this certain fighter, he's going to lose the fight. That's how I take this. And, I don't want to be negative and I don't want to talk like this, but it's just how I see it. Like, Shakur Stevenson wants to fight. He's made it clear. Zepeda's coming off a great fight. I think if Zepeda can beat Shakur, what a feather in his cap that would be to move him forward in the sport of boxing and in his career. And if Shakur Stevenson can go in there and dominate not a good volume puncher, but a guy that looks like a great volume puncher in Zepeda, then it looks like a great win for him as well. So I don't see what's so wrong about making this fight now. I mean, like, this is a problem I think boxing is having, guys. Like, we have so many people wanting to build the next pay-per-view fight in this oversaturated pay-per-view market that we are missing fights in boxing. There's not those HBO after dark quality fights where it's just like two solid contenders scrapping it out to get to the next level of boxing and giving people value for money and value for their time. We don't really have that in boxing. So because of that, I feel like the boxing fan experience has been extremely watered down. And people are just, for lack of a better term, they're getting screwed left and right in the boxing programming department and as far as the fans. So I don't like this from Oscar. William Zepeda isn't going to get much bigger than he is now because, truth be told, yes, he's Mexican. Yes, he's fun to watch, and I'm sure he can build a good fan base or whatnot. But I mean, the quickest way for him to build the fan base would be to go in there and just fight Shakur Stevenson. And as we've seen with Mexican fighters, you don't necessarily have to even win to gain fans. I mean, look at Isaac Cruz when he fought Tank. He gave a good account of himself, but he went in there and he performed, and he's basically lived off of that performance since then and got a whole truckload of fans off of it. I mean, I was there in LA when he fought Eduardo Ramirez on the Ruiz undercard, and he had probably the biggest ovation of the night. So it just shows you don't need that. So I think it's really a duck, and it's a waste of time. And I hate that, because now Shakur Stevenson's probably gonna wind up fighting somebody unknown, and then people are gonna criticize him, but then nobody's gonna really hold Oscar and Golden Boy accountable for them avoiding this fight. And listen, Golden Boy has a long checkered history of doing this recently, like them in conjunction with Zenit Promotions. Jaime Munguia won't fight any of the top guys or any of the fights people want to see him in. Zordo for a long time got criticized for not being in fights people wanted to see him in until he fought Bivol. So it's just like, you can't keep doing this. You can't keep doing this and trying to, con the public into making a star. Oscar should understand this better than anybody in the world, because he was a guy that was fighting on pay-per-view, giving people quality, high-level championship fights on a 3 to 4 month basis in his prime. So he should understand the value of quality over quantity more than anybody. But again, it's much different when you're on that side of the coin than you are when you're the fighter. So make of that what you will, but those are my thoughts on Oscar de la Hoya. He doesn't seem very keen on making the Shakur Stevenson-William Zepeda fight, so we will have to go ahead and wait to see what's next for Shakur Stevenson as we await for his lightweight debut, which is going to be a momentous occasion because this is a glamour weight class, and a lot of people, myself included, think Shakur Stevenson's going to go in there and beat up on everybody that y'all can name, truth be told, because Shakur Stevenson's a special talent. He got to stop them low blows like he did in the Consensal fight, but he's a special talent nonetheless. But anyways, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Thank you for watching True School Sports.
No, follow this kid. Oh. He's a true, it's a young, true, passionate person who follows boxing. He wakes up thinking about boxing and he goes to sleep thinking about boxing.
This is true.
Good kid, good man, and looking forward to seeing him everywhere in the boxing world.
Hey man, if you ain't subscribed to True School Sports, you fucking up, man. Make sure you subscribe, bro.
Fucking up big time.
Make sure, man.